Lots of work has gone into that, and obviously it is empty, but it is probably going to be the last game behind closed doors.
It's time to kind of load as well.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming through.
Right, yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Try.
Oh,
So, welcome back to Huish Park. Apologies if you lost us there or if you didn't hear us at all, but we are back now here for this Spitfire Radio service, our first ever Eastleigh commentary on Spitfire Radio, and we are about 5-6 minutes away from kickoff. I'm not sure if you could hear me about 5-10 minutes ago, but it looks like we've sorted out the gremlins, fingers crossed, in the system, and hopefully we're in for a good night tonight. In case we didn't, we'll read out those messages again. Hello again to Arthur Woolley. It says, fingers crossed for a good win tonight. Hello to Karen Mozagal as well, who says a Yeovil win. As a Yeovil supporter to say, great to have Eastleigh and Yeovil supporters listening tonight. Drew Smith says, up the Spitfires. And DR Lunch says, come back. I think that's because we disappeared, but we are now back again here at Yeovil. So it's National League football. Eastleigh are 11th, but they played 7 matches, 14 points for us. Yeovil, they have played 10 games, and they are rock bottom of the table, but they did get to the playoffs last season, so would suggest that they're in a slightly false position. So Eastleigh make the one change. Joe Partington comes in. Michael Green is suspended, so Joe Partington recovers from injury. McDonnell in goal. Partington, Boyce and Winter at the back. I should say Partington was in quarantine as well, but he's now back and available. Smart and Tomlinson, the wing-backs. Miley, Payne and Hollands, the 3 in the middle. And House up front with Barnett. The substitutes, Bird, Bearwish, Hill, Blair and Dan Smith. Yeovil, they've got Smith in goal, a back four of Osho, Staunton, Wilkinson and Carl Dickinson, the former Pompey left-back. A midfield 3 of Lee, Skendy and Warburton. And it looks like Knowles is going to play just behind Duffers and Dagnall in a diamond formation for the home side. Their substitutes, goalkeeper Palmer, defender Ledbetter, Rogers, Murphy, the striker, their most experienced player, the 30-year-old, the former Arsenal youth team player, and Quigley, who had a loan spell once upon a time at Poole, started at Bournemouth. He makes up the 5th substitute. So, as I say, if you didn't hear me earlier on, I'd just say thanks to the club for getting this back on the broadcast here this season. Every away match, and it's thanks to the club and thanks to the supporters who've been pushing for this away service that this is back on, and we are here at Huish Park. So very much appreciated to everybody, and fingers crossed Eastleigh can have a decent December. 7 games coming up, 7 league matches in fact. So it's a big old month ahead for Eastleigh. 7 games, 1 in the FA Trophy as well. So despite the fact that they've played 5 games less than Altrincham, who are 10th, this is a big month ahead. If Eastleigh can pick up a good number of points between now and the new year, then they could well be in a decent position. So the players just coming out onto the pitch now then. Eastleigh in their all blue as ever, blue shirt, shorts and socks with a bit of white trim in their shoulders. They're the first to come out of the tunnel opposite us, and Yeovil players are imminent. So an empty stadium here, but at the Silver Lake Stadium, there'll hopefully be around 2,000 supporters on Saturday at home to Maidenhead. As we were saying earlier on in the broadcast, Eastleigh will hope to go into that game on the back of all 3 points. Well, the Yeovil players make their way out onto the pitch, and kickoff is about 3 minutes away. So in the National League then elsewhere, this is one of a few games taking place this evening. And there's a number of matches taking place at the top end. You look at Bromley, who are up in the top 7. They're away at Kings Lynn. Solihull Moors at home to Hartlepool against 2 sides in the top 7. Wealdstone at home to the leaders, Torquay United. Woking against Sutton. Once again, 2 sides up there, second place, third. It's Wrexham against Altrincham. And of course, here at Yeovil, it's Yeovil against Eastleigh. And it is live here on the YouTube channel. And we are moments away here from kickoff. Keep those comments coming in onto that YouTube channel. We will continue to read them out throughout the evening. Hello to Grumpy Duck, who says, come on Eastleigh, carry on the great start to the season. Great to have you there. Martin Jeffrey as well says, let's have a Spitfires win. And thanks to Arthur, just to clarify, and for Liam J197, that you can hear me okay, which is good news. Well, the referee is Sonny Gill, and he comes out onto the pitch and he's about to blow his whistle in a minute or two to get this match underway. First season in the National League, Sonny Gill, just 36 years of age. His last league match, he did send a player off between Woking and Barnet 9 days ago, but let's hope that he allows the game to flow this evening. It looks like Eastleigh are going to be shooting from right to left as we sit. It's a 3-5-2 formation for the Spitfires, whereas Yeovil, they're going for that diamond formation, as we were saying earlier, but it's also got that flexibility to move to a 4-3-3. Hello to Sam Veer as well, tuning in. And they're just on the coin toss down there, so we'll see in a second who get this match underway. So we're here in Somerset. It's a freezing cold night, although I've got a fair few layers on, so it should be okay. But you can tell the winter football is very much here now, and both sides now forming a huddle. The Yeovil players to our left and the Eastleigh players to our right. Well, Eastleigh have generally started off fairly slowly. It's generally in the second half that they've come out the traps, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Eastleigh can come out here and start this match well. So it's Payne who's going to get us underway here. Eastleigh shooting from right to left as we sit. We're bang on the halfway line here as well. And it's a pretty decent view as well. We're about 12 rows from the front. YTFC in big white letters there opposite us. And it's all seats in this stand and opposites, but there's terracing to our left and to our right. So it is Eastleigh who get us underway. And it's back to Andrew Boyce, who kicks it long up towards this near left-hand side. Barnett heads it on and it's headed out of play. And it's a throw this time for Eastleigh on this near left-hand side, which Tomlinson will take down the left. Only half away from Yeovil, who kick it long, 15 yards away from their own penalty area. And they go up to the halfway line, but Boyce comes off his knee. Little flick back from Payne. Osho on his debut, kicks it straight off an Eastleigh player. And it comes back to him on this near right-hand side. Chips it forward. And then Winter heads it away out on this right. Mr. Webcam says, thought you were doing a 10-minute silence in honour of Martin Allen's arrival. Not quite 4 years today, would you believe? That's excellent knowledge there, as it's headed back from the edge of the Yeovil penalty area for Wilkinson, back to Smith. It is all orange in the Yeovil goal. So 0-0 here. Just got this match underway, a minute gone. And it's kicked long, well past the halfway line. Can Eastleigh win the header? They can from Boyce. It goes up to the halfway line. And then House back towards that far right-hand side for the Spitfires. Here's Smart, 20 yards inside the Eastleigh half. Back down the far right-hand flank. Yeovil head clear, only as far as House with his red boots, but it gets away from him. And Yeovil bursts forward. It goes halfway inside the Eastleigh half and is played square. 10 yards away from the penalty area. Warburton with a first shot, but it was always going to come off the back of Winter. And it goes out for a throw on this near right-hand side for Yeovil. So throw for the home side, and the Glovers have it. It's taken quickly. Osho onto this near right-hand side. It's a tackle from Hollands. And this time it comes off Warburton, and it goes out for another throw for Eastleigh on this near left-hand side, halfway inside their own half. So Eastleigh's defence has been very good. Over 260 minutes since the last time Eastleigh conceded a goal, if you include Hartlepool, which was abandoned at half-time 3.5 weeks ago. And already Eastleigh are doing better than the last time they went to Yeovil in August last season, when Yeovil had already taken the lead from Duffus to our right. But here Eastleigh have a throw on this left-hand side, which Winter will take. Throws it 30 yards down the line. Barnett heads it up towards this near left-hand side. House plays it back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson chips it forward for Eastleigh. But Yeovil head clear, and then Barnett on this left-hand side. Back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson goes in field, but gives it away. And now Yeovil bursts forward. Go halfway inside Eastleigh's half. Eastleigh win the tackle. And now Hollands plays it square on this near left-hand side. Chance for Eastleigh to burst forward, up to the halfway line. Hollands goes square, 10 yards inside Yeovil's half. And Miley tried to feed it through to House, but Yeovil win the tackle. And then they go past the halfway line, and Duffus has it left of the centre circle, down the far left-hand touchline. and Eastleigh win it back. Here's Smart for Eastleigh on the halfway line, plays the ball forward, but it's a wasted ball in the end, and it goes to a Yeovil goalkeeper, and is picked up from Smith. Adam Smith, the goalkeeper, born in Sunderland, up past the halfway line and headed out of play and out for another throw for Eastleigh on this near left-hand side on halfway. But it's been a quiet start to this game so far, as we expected. Interesting to see how the next sort of half an hour pans out there. The fact that Yeovil's last game was 48 hours ago. Eastleigh's last game 2 weeks ago. Tomlinson throws it down the line. Barnett heads on for Eastleigh. And then Yeovil just get it away this time from Josh Staunton. Right-footed clearance, and it goes out for another throw for the Spitfires on this near left-hand side in line with the Yeovil box. So can Eastleigh put a bit of pressure here on Yeovil? It's out towards this near left-hand touchline. Tomlinson. Tackle comes in, another throw for Eastleigh. And this time it's going to be Hollands who's going to leave it, and Tomlin's going to take the throw on this left-hand side. Well, Yeovil, who are in the Championship all the way back, well, as near as 2014, but Hollands down the left-hand side. Tomlinson chips it forward, right to the 6-yard box, and then Barnett gets a touch to it, but it can't quite dip high and low enough, and it goes past the far post and out for a goal kick. A good play from Tomlinson down the left-hand side, delivered a ball up towards the right of the 6-yard box. Barnett got a touch to it, but it went wide and out for a goal kick. So it's a goal kick for Yeovil. You'd say Eastleigh have been on top so far, though. That's the first half opportunity of the game. It was an angle, really, though, for Barnett. Right-hand corner of the 6-yard box. Tried to feed it through, but he couldn't. And it went wide past the far post and out for a goal kick. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 0 here in the National League. It's up to the halfway line. Hollands heads on for Eastleigh. Back into the centre circle it goes. And Miley plays it back to Partington. And Partington just slipped, but then picked it up again, turns 180 degrees. Down the far right, it goes up to the halfway line. It comes off a Yeovil head. And Eastleigh have another throw down that far right. Fair few throws so far. Fourth away match of the campaign so far for Eastleigh. And let's see what Eastleigh can do. If they can keep it in the Yeovil half, which they've been doing for the last minute or two. But Yeovil clear. It goes halfway inside the Spitfires half. And it's headed back to McDonald, who gets his first touch. Boyce is headed back to him. McDonald wearing his all grey here tonight. And as that scoreboard says, the old school scoreboard, just on top of that terracing to the right. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 0, just over 6 minutes gone. So forward it comes from McDonald, down the far right. Barnett tries to win the header. It's off the back of the head of House. Bit of trickery there, but Yeovil get the ball back. Skendy plays it back. Bit scrappy from Yeovil here. They give it away. Chance for Smart. He's into the penalty area. Right to the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper gets a touch, but Barnett puts it in for Eastleigh. And the Spitfires score inside the first 7 minutes. And it's Tyrone Barnett who gives Eastleigh a crucial lead here at Huish Park. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 1. Well, it's a great ball in from the right-hand side. I'm not sure what the Yeovil defence were doing. They were messing around with it. There were 3 or 4 of them around the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Sam Smart picked it up. He had acres of space, but he had to pick his spot, and he did. He found Tyrone Barnett. And then his textbook celebration, just kissed the guns as well, and then ran back to the centre circle. And Eastleigh have a lead inside the first 7 minutes. It's a little bit like Dover a few weeks ago, where Eastleigh got off to a decent start from a cross. Tyrone Barnett ended up scoring, and he's done it again here. And it's Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 1, Tyrone Barnett. So Barnett putting it into the back of the net. He couldn't miss, really. And he's gone and got his 3rd goal of the season. So Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 1. Tyrone Barnett's on the score sheet. Spanner JNR says, come on. And Liam J197 says, get in there, Eastleigh. Paul Andrews as well. And Martin Coffin. And Arthur Woolley all celebrating at home. And it's currently Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 1. Barnett with the goal after 8 minutes. And it's a free kick now for Yeovil. Down the left, in line with the Eastleigh penalty area. And Eastleigh needs to stay focused here to make sure they don't concede straight away. Yeovil get pretty much everyone forward, apart from one. One man back on the halfway line for them, that's Osho. But Eastleigh have the vast majority of players back. It's a free kick in line with the Eastleigh penalty area. It's 5 yards away from that far left-hand touchline. Eastleigh have got 7 players in the box. They form a 2-man wall. In fact, it's a 1-man wall now in Sam Smart. And green shirts of Yeovil. There's 5 of them in a line. In with the left foot, up towards the far post. It's headed up into the air, not once but twice. But Eastleigh try and clear. They can't quite yet. And it comes back, a thumping shot, and it's saved from McDonald. Well, it was a hit 100 miles an hour from Knowles with his first start for the club. Right from the edge of the penalty area. He's arrived from Cambridge United. And I thought that was heading for the bottom corner. But it's a terrific save from McDonald to stop Yeovil from getting an instant equaliser. So 1-0 Eastleigh still lead, 9 minutes in, but it's going to be a long throw for Yeovil. You can tell because they've got 4 inside the 6-yard box. It's chipped in, it's headed away from Miley. Smart picks it up for Eastleigh right to the penalty area. Comes up to the halfway line. Edge of the box it comes. Yeovil still have it, try and control it. 5 yards away from the D. And it comes back to Osho, 20 yards from this near right-hand side. Back to the halfway line. And then out to the far left. And Yeovil still have it here. It's a run this time from Dickinson, who goes 10 yards up the field, halfway inside Eastleigh's half. Now he's in line with the box. It comes off Smart's foot, and it goes out for a throw deep inside Eastleigh's half, over on that far side. And it's a throw for Yeovil, with the Spitfires leading by 1-0. So first goal that's gone in tonight, and it's the first goal that's gone in the National League. Throw down the left-hand side. 4 in the box. Now there's 5 for Yeovil. Another really long throw into the near post, and it could have caused problems, but it hits the top of the net and goes out for a goal kick instead. 10 minutes gone. So it was a deserved lead for Eastleigh inside that first 7 minutes, but it's a good spell of pressure there from Yeovil. They've hit a shot 100 miles an hour, well saved from McDonald. They've had a couple of long throws launched into the box as well. That's all in the space of the last 3 minutes. Ahmed EFC Vlogs as well, thanks for getting in touch. It's out for a goal kick as McDonald kicks it 60 yards up the field for Eastleigh. It goes to Eastleigh's right, Yeovil's left. Headed on up towards House. He's not going to get there. It just bobbles up around in that middle third as Yeovil clear. Not a bad start to this game though, really, as Doffus out to the left. Here's Warburton for Yeovil. He's in line with the Eastleigh penalty area, but good tackle from Partington. Good to see him back in the side, the 6'1" defender. And it's a left-footed clearance from Payne. It goes up to the halfway line. And Yeovil win it back. And it's 20 yards inside their own half with Wilkinson. But he nearly gave the ball away. Plays it back to the keeper. But that's how that first goal was scored. Was that stake in the Yeovil defence. Smart picked the ball up right to the penalty area. Put the ball into the edge of the 6-yard box. And Barnett tapped home. Here comes Duffus for Yeovil, though. It's a heavy touch, 10 yards away from the Eastleigh penalty area. And the Spitfires headed back. Here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson halfway inside the Spitfires half. Goes past the halfway line. And then it's picked up in the end from Luke Wilkinson. Another experienced player. I mean, they have got a lot of experienced players, Yeovil. Wilkinson, over 100 appearances at Stevenage before his Yeovil move. Part of his Pompey Academy as well, once upon a time. But Dickinson, down that far left, delivers it long for Yeovil. But Eastleigh play it back to McDonald. And McDonald up to the halfway line. Takes a bounce. Only as far as Dickinson on the halfway line. Another player of experience. Once played for Watford and Stoke. Yeovil have it again, but it's volleyed clear from Hollands up to the halfway line. And Barnett heads it out to a left-back position on the halfway line again. And Dickinson just kicks it off an Eastleigh man, and it's a throw for Yeovil down the far left on halfway. And we've played 13 minutes here. Hello to Marco Horodisky, who says, we're on our way back. Thanks for getting in touch there, Marco. It was a throw for Yeovil, but they've got the ball on this near right-hand side, and it goes from right to left. And Yeovil has possession 10 yards inside their own half over on that far left-hand side. Kick long, up to the left-hand corner of the penalty area. And they try and chip the ball in. But it comes off an Eastleigh foot right to the 6-yard box. Payne came back in space after Dagnall came forward. It's a long ball up over the top. And it's a corner kick to Yeovil over on that far side. So as I say, Eastleigh started off the better, but still since that goal, it's been Yeovil on top. Eastleigh still leading here by 1-0. Corner kick on the far side. And Eastleigh have every man back now apart from Sam Smart. So Yeovil again putting all the big men forward here. 2 men on the edge of the penalty area. Eastleigh have got 3 men inside the 6-yard box in front of that terracing, where 1 person is stood currently. Corner in towards the near post. It's headed away, only as far as Dickinson for Yeovil. He plays it short, down the left wing, in line with the box. In towards the left edge corner of the 6-yard box. It's headed clear. A couple of touches here for Yeovil, who try and get the shot away. And it comes back to Wilkinson, who shoots, and Yeovil still have it, edge of the 6-yard box. And Payne plays it square for Eastleigh, and Smart will just get it away, but he was the furthest forward, despite being on the edge of the penalty area. So that ball goes all the way inside Yeovil's half. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 1, 14 minutes in. And Yeovil, who, as I was saying, lost to Barnet in the playoff eliminator last season, but it's forward from Oja, now to the edge of the penalty area. And then Duffus went for the shot with a left foot, turned 90 degrees, but it's picked up for McDonnell, who dives to his right and picks that ball up quite easily. So 1-0 Eastleigh still lead. Yeah, 4th they finished last season, Yeovil. They were behind Barrow, Harrogate and Notts County, but they were quite a way behind them. Did feel like if the season was going to finish, then probably it was going to be one of the top 3 that was going to go on and win the league. But a decent season for Yeovil in their first season back in non-league football last season. And they've got a throw down the left, halfway inside their own half, as Dickinson with a long throw. It goes well past the halfway line. Partington heads on for Eastleigh, and then Payne kicks it long for the Spitfires, and it goes out for another throw for Yeovil down the far left, halfway inside their own half. So, throw for Yeovil. Hello to Kieran Smith and Ryan Northover. Thanks for your comments. Throw down the left-hand side here. It's live on Spitfire Radio, and it is good to be back here for these away matches, with Eastleigh leading by that 0 inside the first 7 minutes. Throw to Yeovil then down the left. Problem is, every time it does go into that empty green seats, there is only about 1 person there, so they have to climb about 14 rows high to get it. So that wasted about 30 odd seconds inside the first 16 minutes here. Eastleigh's 1 defeat so far this season came at Dover. They did take the lead in that one, as Yeovil have it with Lee. Gives it away though, trying to flick it forward there down the far left. Partington clears for Eastleigh, and it comes back to the edge of the Yeovil penalty area, and they play it diagonally out towards the far left. So 2 home games to come for Eastleigh after tonight. Maidenhead on Saturday, Wrexham on Tuesday next week. But Yeovil have it left edge corner of the penalty area. Tried to feed it down the left, but Smart in the right back position. Paul Andrews tuning in as well this evening. Kicked out of play down the left, and Yeovil once more have another throw on a bitterly cold evening. Steve Barney listening in North Baddesley, encouraged by the strength and depth of the squad this season. Yeah, I mean, there's some good... Well, you look at that bench as well for Eastleigh. I mean, they're all attacking players apart from Bird. Bear, Wish, Hill, Blair and Smith, if they want to change things around. As Yeovil have it on halfway, as they try and burst forward. But it's a terrific tackle that time from Cav Miley, who stopped the breakaway. And now here is Tomlinson. Runs forward on this near left-hand side for Eastleigh. Back to Hollands. Celebrated his 35th birthday a couple of weeks ago. Winter to Tomlinson. Tomlinson goes in field, but Yeovil clear. It's a 50-yard ball forward. And Eastleigh head it out left. Winter volleys it forward. And it goes from one team to another. Steve says, how many layers tonight? I think 6 altogether. Looked like I put on about 4 stone, I think. But Eastleigh kick it long down the left. And Wilkinson heads it back to the goalkeeper, takes a bounce, and it goes all the way back to Smith. Well, it is a match that's flowed so far. Did wonder whether tempers might flare early on here because of the politics between these two sides, with Yeovil wanting to push it back by 24 hours to get crowds in. But obviously both have had their side of the story told, as Eastleigh have a throw in line with their own penalty area down the right-hand side. Eastleigh say they don't think they would have got confirmation from the National League to get crowds by tomorrow, but we'll have to see. Yeovil have it. Left-hand corner of the penalty area. Eastleigh head clear. Free kick. This time a free kick is given by referee Sonny Gill, who's also actually a prison officer full-time. Sonny Gill as well as being a referee. Sure, we won't be taking any prisoners tonight. In the meantime, Eastleigh have a free kick, 25 yards inside their own half, 5 yards away from the far right-hand touchline. Hopefully not too many more of those to come throughout the night. McDonald to take. Eastleigh have got a line of 3 players halfway inside the Yeovil half, and McDonald is going to take this free kick. It's been a quiet last 5 minutes, really, after a lot of pressure from Yeovil. Goes up to the halfway line. Payne heads clear to Barnett. Barnett flicked onto Hollands with his back to goal. And he's still got it. Is he tripped? Yes, he is. And Eastleigh have a free kick. Left to centre. And it's 20 yards away from the penalty area. So it's a free kick for the Spitfires. And they've had one clear-cut chance and they've taken advantage. And it was Tyrone Barnett who put it into the back of the net from just inside the 6-yard box. Let's see what Eastleigh can do here. Yeovil have every man back. They've got one man about 10 yards away from Payne. And Payne is going to take the free kick. Eastleigh have got a huddle of 5 or 6 players on the edge of the box. It's shipped in. It could be Barnett again, but it's punched away from the goalkeeper. Smith commanded this area well there. Raced out the 6-yard box and punched clear. And now Smart tries to take his man on for Eastleigh. Down the right, is he fouled? Yes, he is. And right at the penalty area. And it is a free kick for Eastleigh, in line with the Yeovil penalty area down the far right-hand side. And Sam Smart, who's impressed so far tonight, won that free kick there on his own. Wasn't sure if the referee was going to blow for the free kick, but the linesman was the one who decided first and foremost. He was right near it. And Eastleigh have a free kick. 1-0 to Eastleigh at Huish Park. Just over 20 minutes gone. Goal within the first 7 minutes, and Eastleigh looking to extend their lead here. Payne to take the free kick. Barnett's in there. So too is Boyce. So too is Miley and Hollands. Smart sounds just outside the penalty area. Tomlinson a little bit further back for Eastleigh. Payne's arm goes in the air. Smith organises his Yeovil defence. In towards the 6-yard box. It comes off Barnett and the header just inches wide of the post. To the right of the 6-yard box from Partington with the final touch. But it just an inch wide of the post. Not far out either, but it was very, very close indeed. And out for a goal kick. Marco says the referee Sonny Gill holds the key to tonight's game. Very good. So it's a goal kick for Yeovil. Kicks it well past the halfway line. And we're halfway through the first half. Eastleigh drew first blood, but here's a chance for Yeovil as they try and play the ball over the top here. Is Dagnall who tries a left-footed shot. And it's saved from O'Donnell, who dives down to his left-hand side. It's a terrific save. And he's got off to a decent start here, O'Donnell. And one was a terrific save within the first 5 minutes. In the meantime, Tomlinson comes up from the halfway line and he ran about 40 yards up the field. It's a free kick for Eastleigh. It's halfway inside the Yeovil half and it's 10 yards away from this near left-hand touchline. Well, Eastleigh started off the better, as we were saying, first 7-8 minutes, lots of pressure. Since then, Yeovil had 4 or 5 minutes of good pressure themselves. Then we had a very quiet period. But the last 4 or 5 minutes has been all Eastleigh. On the whole, on reflection, it's Eastleigh have been on top and they've been rewarded with a goal so far for their efforts. Payne to take the free kick. So, in from Payne. It's aimed up towards Hollands. Hollands gets a faint touch to it. But Staunton just lets it go. And the bald-headed defender just leaves it for Smith. And there was better communication there from Yeovil at the back, who gave the ball away early on the edge of the penalty area. Believe, thanks to Kieran there, says that James Alabi has scored for Bromley at Kings Lynn, the former Eastleigh man. Up to the halfway line it goes. But Yeovil have possession. There's green shirts as they chip it out towards the right-hand side. Here's Osho. Halfway inside the Yeovil half. But it's a wasted clearance there from Wilkinson, and now for another throw for Eastleigh on this near left-hand side. So Yeovil, they've struggled on the whole over the last few years. Before last season, they had 3 bottom place finishes in 7 seasons. The other seasons, they finished 19th, 20th and 19th. They dropped down from the Championship to the National League. But as I say, last season was a good season for them. And I'm sure they'll start moving up that table soon. But they trail here by a 1-0. Certainly with those additions of Darren Sull, the 37-year-old manager, stood over on the dugouts, which are opposite where we're sat. But here comes Warburton, edge of the penalty area, tries to play right to the 6-yard box. Osher tried to put the ball into the 6-yard box, but it's picked up there. Good play from Tomlinson, who's been one of the main men so far for Eastleigh. Kicks it off a Yeovil man, and it's out for a throw for Eastleigh deep inside their own half on this near left-hand side by the corner flag. So a throw on this near left-hand side for Eastleigh. Just over 24 minutes gone here. Yeovil 0, Spitfires 1. And we do say Yeovil haven't won in the league so far this season, but they have beaten Dover and Bromley to the second round of the FA Cup. They lost to Stockport after extra time, a late goal, despite twice taking the lead, losing 3-2 on Sunday. So, throw for Eastleigh on this near left. Winter to take. Ryan Northover does say yes, quality signing Tomlinson. And I mean, he's run probably 2 or 3 times 40 yards up the field and just took that pressure away. He's done really well so far. Hello to Steve Bearwish. I presume a relation to Tom. Good to have you there. As Eastleigh head on from Barnet. It bobbles up on this near left-hand side. Back from Wilkinson to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's Smith who kicks it past the halfway line. And Yeovil just bring that ball down. And they have it 5 yards inside the Eastleigh half on this near right-hand side, inside of the foot. And Skendy plays it back. And the experienced Charlie Lee, the 33-year-old, who actually made his debut in the UEFA Cup for Tottenham Hotspur, as they go up from the halfway line, out down the left-hand side. Eastleigh headed away. But Yeovil still pick up the pieces in line with the Eastleigh penalty area. And 2 in the box. Played back. Here is Lee again. 10 yards outside the box. And Eastleigh win the ball back. And it goes up to the halfway line. And House has got 6 goals this season. Runs in a diagonal line. Great pass. And then Barnett tried to feed it through to Smart. Big appeals for a handball. Nothing given. 10 yards away from the penalty area because Smart was away down the right. And there was one easy play on the edge of the penalty area. The referee said no. In the meantime, Yeovil have it. Edge of the penalty area. Here's Warburton. Runs past a couple of players. He goes to the edge of the D. He's 25 yards from goal. Looking to get that shot away. Goes for the flick. It would have been the right idea. But it's away and out for a throw down the far left-hand side. So throw for Yeovil. Barnet with the only goal so far. But good competition for Eastleigh up front. Barnett, Dan Smith as well, and Tom Bearwish, but also those attacking midfielders. They've got a lot more attacking flair this season, with Abdullah Baggy to come back, Tom Blair, Hill as well, and Sam Smart, who's obviously nowadays a right wing back, but very much comfortable in that attacking midfield position. Yeovil try and get that ball back on that left-hand side. It comes off House, and Yeovil have a throw down the left halfway inside their own half. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 1. Still Barnett's goal, the only goal separating these two sides. And Yeovil made just 2 changes, despite the fact they played on Sunday. And it's a long ball forward from halfway inside their own half, and it goes all the way back to McDonnell in the Eastleigh goal. So far, so good for Eastleigh. And not a lot to tell you about elsewhere in the National League, apart from that goal for Bromley at Kings Lynn, and for the goal here for Eastleigh at Yeovil. Barnett's with the goal. Yeovil headed up to the halfway line. Winter heads on, but only as far as a Yeovil man. 10 yards inside their own half on this near right-hand side. This time there's a push on Osho. I mean, Eastleigh, 15 of their 19 goals so far this season have come in the second half before tonight, but first half goal this time. Let's see what they can do. But Yeovil have come close on 2 or 3 occasions. Free kick for Yeovil, 10 yards inside their own half. Smith with a 40-yard ball forward up to the edge of the penalty area. Try and get it into the edge of the box. It just bobbles around, 2 or 3 players head up, eventually Eastleigh clear, well past the halfway line. In the end, House does the chasing, but Smith from one goalkeeper to the other in his safe hands from McDonald at chest height, who picks that ball up quite easily for Eastleigh. Nearly 29 minutes in, Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 1. Yeovil's last league match was Yeovil 1, Hartlepool 3. They were 3-0 down after 43 minutes. Eastleigh's last game was that excellent 2-0 win at home to Wealdstone on a Tuesday night under the lights. Now it's forward from Osho for Yeovil, given away. And now Tomlinson has it for Eastleigh, halfway inside his own half. Just a diagonal pass back to McDonald. And McDonald under a little bit of a pressure up to the halfway line. Again, this is now another quite quiet period. But now Eastleigh coming forward in numbers here. Miley down the right. He's got 4 players in front of him. 5 yards away from the far right-hand touchline. Here's Smart, who goes in field for Eastleigh. 10 yards away from the penalty area. And he plays it back to Winter. And Winter has it. He's got options in front and to his right. And that's Payne. Bit of trickery from him. Payne back to Boyce, right to the centre circle. Boyce to the right. And then forward it comes up towards House. The tackle comes in. It's a really well-timed tackle as well from Josh Staunton. Yeovil's first summer signing. And it goes out for a throw for Eastleigh down the right, which Sam Smart will take. 2 Eastleigh players to the right of the penalty area. Eastleigh's goal did come from that right-hand side. Here is Smart. He got his first Eastleigh goal of the season in their last match. Out from Miley. It's a beautiful ball. Switches play to the left of the penalty area. Now, here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson plays it back to Winter. Winter to the left to Hollands. And Hollands back to Winter. He's 40 yards from goal. He's got 2 players around him. Played square to the left-hand side. Tomlinson, he's got a couple of players in space to the right, but does a sensible thing. And plays it diagonally back to Boyce. And then Boyce goes out to the right of the centre circle. Partington back to Barnett. And Barnett 15 yards away from the Yeovil penalty area. And Yeovil get it away, and it goes up to the halfway line. It's a terrific, great play from Ben House, who ran 30 yards back to win that ball back. Great perseverance on the halfway line, not for the first time this season. Goes from right to left, as Eastleigh have it on the halfway line. Half an hour gone, just over half an hour now. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 1. Yeovil still yet to score in the first half an hour in the league so far this season. They trail 1-0. Up towards Barnett. Barnett heads on. It's a bit of an aimless one in the end, and Yeovil clear. And Winter finds Boyce. Boyce anywhere will do as far as he's concerned. It goes 5 yards to the left of him, though. Winter gets a header to it. It's all very scrappy in that middle third. And Staunton kicks it only as far as inside Eastleigh's half. And now it's headed up towards House. House flicks it on now. Here he's got space. Down the right. Beautiful play from House. Right-hand corner penalty area to Smart. Can he take advantage? No, he can't. It goes wide past the far post and out for a goal kick. But there were 3 players inside the box there. I think Sam Smart saw that there was an opportunity there. Went for the right-footed shot. And it went to the advertising boards and out for a goal kick. But all the credit there must go to Ben House. Once more, he turned 90 degrees, a diagonal pass. It was really accurate. It went to the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Smart ran inside the box. There were 3 more in the penalty area, but Smart's shot went just wide past the far post and out for a goal kick. Yeovil again. Staunton only half away. Can House take advantage here? Runs into the goalkeeper, and the penalty's been given here for Eastleigh. As the goalkeeper came out, again, Yeovil has 6s and 7s inside the box, and it's a yellow card for the goalkeeper, Smith. And once again, it's a Yeovil error. And this time, it all started because Staunton's header back to the goalkeeper wasn't accurate enough. It didn't get enough pace. In the end, House got in there behind, and the referee pointed to the spot. And then a big opportunity here for Eastleigh to make it 2-0 from the spot. It's a penalty for the Spitfires. And it looks like it's going to be Tomlinson this time to take. He found the top corner, 1 penalty he scored earlier on the season. Can he do it now? Big moment for Eastleigh. 13 to half time. It's a penalty to the Spitfires. So the goalkeeper went into the book, Adam Smith. And a penalty for Eastleigh. The referee had no choice but to give a penalty here. Hands on hips here for Tomlinson. few puffs of the cheeks here from him. Can he make it 2-0 here? He certainly can. It's 2-0 to Eastleigh. Smith went one way. Tomlinson goes the other. He slides on his knees. It's Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 2. Well, it's a really well-taken penalty. He was so confident. And the goalkeeper, Smith, dived to his right. Tomlinson went the other way. And it's 2-0 to Eastleigh. So it's a really well-placed penalty, that was. And Eastleigh were away here. They lead by 2-0. And again, you felt like he was going to take advantage. Didn't really want to say anything, put the old commentator's curse on it. But he does find the back of the net. And, I mean, both goals came from errors at the back from Yeovil, who've looked okay going forward. They've had 2 or 3 good opportunities, but it's at the back that's cost them. And Eastleigh have taken full advantage. You'd say they probably had 3 good chances, Eastleigh. They've taken 2 of them, 1 a penalty, and the other from Tyrone Barnett. 11 to play to half-time. It's Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 2. Eastleigh go from right to left, looking to take advantage even more here. Tomlinson with a long ball forward now. House is in here. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Can he finish? Try to chip it over the goalie, but Smith just got a touch to it, and it goes out for a corner. He just went for the dinky chip. It was a beautiful ball over the top. It was brought down well from House. I thought he was about to make it 3 there. It was a good save from Smith, who just got enough to it, and it's a corner kick for Eastleigh. So it could easily have been 3. I thought it was about to be 3-0 there. But Smith did well. Eastleigh have a corner on this near side. 4 or 5 Eastleigh players on the edge of the 6-yard box waiting to race in. Smart's to the left of the penalty area. Payne chipped in towards the near post. It's headed away. Only as far as the edge of the penalty area. Comes back to Smart, who's halfway inside Yeovil's half. Diagonal pass. Right to the penalty area it goes. And here is House by the corner flag, plays back to Partington. Partington slipped as he crossed in, went straight to a Yeovil shirt. Lee gets it away. Eastleigh going to try and get it away or forward here from Barnett, but Yeovil up to the halfway line, and they go 30, 40 yards up the field here. It's a well-timed tackle there on Dagnall from Boyce. He timed it well, and it's forward this time. Down the far left-hand side. Dickinson gets a touch to it for Yeovil. Out to Dagnall down the left. Back to the halfway line. And then Lee goes square down the far left-hand side for Yeovil. Skendy. 2-0 to Eastleigh. 36 minutes in. Perfect start for the Spitfires, but they need to keep their focus next 9 minutes before half-time. Played back to Dickinson. In line with the penalty area. Boyce gets it away. Off an Eastleigh shirt. Here's Warburton left of the 6-yard box. Good defending from Winter. Came off his touch. Came off his foot, I should say. Duffers are stood just outside the 6-yard box. And it goes infield. Steve Barley says, can you tell which is Tomlinson's dominant foot? He seems comfortable with either. Well, he certainly does. He took that penalty with his right foot, but Ben Shevin said his favoured foot is left, so he can go with either side. As Tomlinson has it on this near left-hand side. Back to Winter, 10 yards away from the penalty area. 2-0 to Eastleigh, 8 minutes to play before half-time. Plus stoppage, goals from Barnett and Tomlinson. Up to the halfway line. Late tackle from Barnett. Is that going to go into the book, I wonder? Bit of a coming together in the end between him and Wilkinson. Well, Sonny Gill just stops play. Hello to Jerry Wild tuning in, who says, come on, the Spitfires. Well, it couldn't have gone any better so far for Eastleigh. But obviously a long, long way to go here. Eastleigh good value for the lead. Barnett does go into the book there. So 2 players have received a yellow card. One's the goalkeeper, Smith for Yeovil, and the other now Tyrone Barnett for Eastleigh. So the last match between these sides, 6th of August 2019. Duffers for the only goal after nearly 2 minutes. A very different feel. It was a warm August afternoon. Just had the T-shirts on, if I remember. It was a front of a crowd of nearly 3,000. But here in an empty stadium, Eastleigh lead 2-0. And Dickinson is going to take this free kick. Long ball launched into the box. It's too far in the end for any Yeovil player, but Tomlinson gets a header out to the left. Well, it's a good player from Tomlinson. He got a touch to it. But again, perseverance to the left, one in the free kick. I think most players would probably head that out to the right-hand side, and it would go straight to a Yeovil player, and they put the cross in. But Tomlinson won the header, and then ran to the ball, chased it, and won the free kick. Hartlepool down to 10 men in their game. Wealdstone 1, Torquay 0. So the leaders trail. Solihull, Hartlepool still 0-0. Chesterfield 0, Aldershot 0, the last we heard. Kingsland 0, Bromley 1. Woking 0, Sutton 0, Wrexham 0, Altrincham 0. The leaders Torquay trailing at Wealdstone. Big news elsewhere. Good tackle from Partington. Up from the halfway line. Smart delivers it forward here. It's 2 against 4 here. If House can find the cross, right-hand corner of the penalty area, cuts inside, left-footed shot. And it goes just wide of the post, at pace, with power. But it goes wide and out for a goal kick. And it remains Yeovil Town 0, Eastleigh 2. So House could have a couple here. He got in one-on-one with the keeper earlier, tried to chip it over him, but it was a save from Smith. And that time, cut inside, a shot with a left foot, and it went wide of the post and out for a goal kick. So goal kick. Elsewhere in the Champions League, I'll tell you a couple of scores in a minute. Porto 0, Manchester City 0 in Group C. Liverpool Ajax is still 0-0 as well, as is out of play for a throw down the left-hand side for Yeovil, halfway inside their own half. Which Dickinson will take. Well, Ryan says sounds like we're on top at the moment, Ian. Well, that is certainly the case. Eastleigh definitely on top. I mean, Yeovil have had that good 5-minute period where they were putting lots of pressure on. But Eastleigh have probably had 2 or 3 good phases of play where they've been the better side. And since being 2-0 up, it's Eastleigh who've had the 2 best chances, both falling to Ben House. 5 to play before half-time. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 2. Yeovil deliver it forward, halfway inside the Eastleigh half. And they've got men forward here, Yeovil. Here is Osho, right-hand corner penalty area. Couple of side steps for Yeovil. He goes to the edge of the box, played back. One back from Hollands, edge of the 6-yard box here. Yeovil go out to the right here. Is Skendi. Skendi plays it short. Good play for Yeovil. Cuts inside, left-footed shot, good block. And then Eastleigh going to try and get it away, but it's only as far as Wilkinson. 20 yards away from the penalty area. It's chipped in. It's headed away from Boyce for Eastleigh. And then Yeovil have it down the far left. It's chipped in again to the 6-yard box. But again, that's bread and butter for McDonnell, who will pick that ball up easily. And it's still 2-0 to Eastleigh with 4 minutes plus probably a minute of stoppage time here in the first half. So 31 goals have been scored now involving Eastleigh in, 9.5 games. That's either for or against. So there's been plenty of goals involving Spitfires matches so far this season, including here tonight where Eastleigh have 2. Yeovil have none so far. Eastleigh 11th going into this game, 14 points from 7, 1-4, drawn 2, lost 1. Forward it comes for Yeovil, out down the left. Here is Duffus, the Irishman. Left-hand corner penalty area, 10 goals in 25 at Waterford before joining Yeovil. Plays it back, 35 yards from goal. Goes square, here's Skendi. Skendi out to the right, is that going to be too far? No, it's not. Good play from Osho. And a good touch there from House, who got a touch to it. He wanted to throw his way, but the linesman gave it the other way. And Yeovil have it on this near right-hand side. Here's Osho, goes infield, 10 yards away from the Eastleigh penalty area. And here's Warburton again. Again, a goal-scoring midfielder. Looks dangerous when he gets the ball on the edge of the penalty area. But they have it on the right wing at the moment, Yeovil. And it goes back and then back again to the right of the centre circle. And then further back into the centre circle. And Staunton goes out left. Dickinson goes 10 yards up the field, but he's well marshalled from Smart. And Yeovil go from left to right. Here are Yeovil, 10 yards inside their own half, right of the centre circle. Out to Osho. Osho square for Yeovil. Back again. Wilkinson into the centre circle. Again, they're kind of there as a triangle, those 3 defenders. 1 right back, 2 centre backs. But they're in the middle of the centre circle, just playing it patiently at the moment. And when are they going to get the ball on the edge of the box, I wonder? I think it's imminent. Just looking for those options, just looking for that space, Yeovil. They have it left of the centre circle. It goes back to the halfway line. Here's Skendi. Skendi forward, halfway inside Eastleigh's half. Forward it comes. That's a push from Winter. And it's a push on Knowles, who had his back to goal. And it's a free kick to Yeovil in a pretty dangerous position here. It is about 25 yards from goal. It's bang centre of the goal. And Knowles might fancy this one. Warburton might fancy this one as well. Love to see what happens here. There's 3 players stood over the ball. This could be possibly the last chance of the half. So, it's a free kick for Yeovil. Spray comes out from the referee. And it is dangerous, especially when you see sort of when the ball is down, it's actually a little bit closer than 25 yards. Dickinson might fancy this with a left foot. Could be a right footer from Wilkinson. Or it could be Knowles. I think Knowles just moves backwards a little bit. Could be a right footer here from Wilkinson. Or left footer from Dickinson. It's going to be one of the two. House forward for Eastleigh. Every other man back for the Spitfires. Form a 3-man wall. 1 man to the left. 3 to the right. And a further 2 to the right as well. Could be Dickinson. Last minute of normal time. It is Dickinson. It's over the wall. And it's easily picked up from McDonald. Just dives down on that ball. Well, he curled it over the wall. But again, tried to bend it into the bottom right-hand corner. And it was heading into that bottom right-hand corner. But McDonald had that post covered. So in the end, it was a bit of a routine save for him. Went straight to him. Dived down on the ball. Kicks it long past the halfway line. And is headed out for a throw for Eastleigh down the right. 20 yards inside the Yeovil half. 2-0 to Eastleigh. The board goes up opposite. Alan Morgan, 1 minute of stoppage time indicated. Say, is it me or is Cav Miley developing into a really good player? Well, he's been terrific this season. I think he's probably been Eastleigh's most improved player this season. He seems to just get better and better, more and more accomplished as you watch him. And this time there's a push on Barnett. 5 yards away from the right-hand corner of the penalty area. So all of a sudden, Eastleigh got a chance here to make it 3 with this free kick. Last chance of the half. Let's see if Eastleigh can take advantage. So Wrexham trailing by 1-0. Wrexham 0, Altrincham 1. A bit of a surprise there elsewhere. So Payne to take the free kick. Yeovil have a 2-man wall. Eastleigh have got 5 inside the box. Now there's 6. Hollands, Partington, Winter, Boyce all in there. This is going to be the last chance of the half. It's a win-win for Eastleigh, who are 2-0 up anyway. Can they make it 3, I wonder? 3 Eastleigh players back just in case Yeovil have time for the breakaway. So Payne to take. Free kick in towards the near post. The goalkeeper gets a touch to it. Under a bit of pressure, picks it up. And there is the whistle. It's half-time. And so far, so good for Eastleigh, who lead by 2-0. The first goal was scored from Tyrone Barnett inside the first 7 minutes. And then a goal just after the half-hour mark. It was a foul from the goalkeeper on House from Smith. And Tomlinson went to the right. The goalkeeper went the other way. And Eastleigh lead by 2-0. Long way to go, but it's all going well so far for the Spitfires. Let's see what the second half can bring. We'll be back in just under 15 minutes, but a half-time here at Huish Park. It's Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 2. So welcome back to Huish Park, where Eastleigh have a 2-0 lead. A penalty from Tomlinson after that goal from Barnett in the first half. And Eastleigh 2-0 up going into the second half. Let's see what the second half can bring. It's never normally straightforward with Eastleigh when they do take these 2-0 leads, but we'll see what happens next 45. Martin Jeffrey says very satisfactory half. Gary Flight, hope Eastleigh's kitman John is keeping warm. I've seen him somewhere in the distance. Looks like he's got a fair few layers on. Sarah Tomlinson looks like a relation to Joe, says he would have loved scoring that penalty, having been at Yeovil Academy to go back and score against them. Well, it's a terrific story for him to go and score, and it's a really well taken penalty as well. So we are seconds away from kickoff in the second half. Steve Barney says, go and get a hot chocolate. Well, I wish I could get one, Steve. Nothing I'd love more at the moment. It's unfortunately sticking to the waters here as Yeovil get us underway here in the second half, shooting from right to left as we sit. Green shirts, white shorts, and green or white trimmed socks. Eastleigh blue shirts, shorts, and socks with a bit of white trim on the top. As Yeovil go out towards the left of the penalty area. Looks like both sides unchanged in the second half. Warburton goes in field, 15 yards away from the Eastleigh penalty area, and he goes halfway inside the Eastleigh half, tries to play it diagonally, and then it's played square to Lee, who turns 90 degrees, 30 yards from goal. He goes out scored towards the right-hand side, infield, back to the halfway line. Skipper JD says, hope you have some Bovril. Well, I might get some on Saturday, actually, for the Maidenhead game, as Yeovil go in field, halfway inside the Eastleigh half, 10 yards inside the Eastleigh half. I might get one of those from the Spitfire. Oh, no, you can't go to the Spitfire grill yet, I don't think. But I will when it reopens. It's a free kick for Yeovil. And already it's a decent start for Yeovil here. It's 25 yards inside the Eastleigh half. It's right of centre. And Warburton to take, with Yeovil with a line of 6 inside the penalty area, just inside. Lee is one of them. Duffus in there as well. So too is Wilkinson. It's shipped into the edge of the 6-yard box. Oh, what a brilliant save that is from McDonnell. It was a free header from Lee. Left-hand corner of the 6-yard box. It was aimed towards the top left-hand corner. And I don't think most goalkeepers would have saved that, you know. And I thought Yeovil were going to score there inside the first 2 minutes of the second half, but an unbelievable save from McDonnell to keep it at 2-0. But the danger's not over yet because it's a corner on this near side, whipped into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed away from Tomlinson, but still it bobbles up inside the 6-yard box. Eastleigh clear eventually from Cav Miley up towards this right-hand side, off the chest of Smart. Throw for Yeovil on this near left in line with the Eastleigh penalty area. I don't know what their manager Darren Sall said to them, but they've come out all guns blazing since half-time. Holland's head's clear. We'll go for the size in a second, but Staunton hits it at pace, but it's straight at chest height. And it's picked up easy from McDonnell in the Eastleigh goal. So McDonnell in goal, Partington, Boyce, Winter at the back, Smart and Tomlinson the wing-backs, Miley, Payne and Holland's in the middle, House and Barnett up front. The subs, Bird, Bearwish, Hill, Blair and Dan Smith. Yeovil have got Smith in goal, Osho, Staunton, Wilkinson and Dickinson at the back. Lee, Skendy, Warburton and Knowles in the middle, with Dagnall up front with Duffus. Inside the first 3 minutes of the second half, their substitutes, Palmer, Leadbitter, Rogers, Murphy and Quigley. So those are the Eastleigh sides and the Yeovil teams here live. Our first ever Spitfire Radio match, I'm pleased to say, and the first of many more as well. Eastleigh 2-0 up here. Yeovil have it down the right. They kick it out of play. And eventually, well, it comes off an Eastleigh. A bit of confusion as to which way it's going to go. It took ages for the linesman to signal which way that throw is going to go, but it went to Eastleigh in line with their own penalty down the left. Well, Eastleigh might have a chance now to just calm things down over the next 2-3 minutes because, I mean, what a brilliant save from O'Donnell inside the first 90 seconds of the second half. It was heading for the top corner, that header. It was a free header. Eastleigh would be disappointed he had space in the way that he did. There's a great header as well from Lee, but somehow McDonnell stopped that from going into the top corner. But I don't think Eastleigh have got it out of their half so far in the second half. It was a first half which Eastleigh, good value for their lead. But they have a throw, Eastleigh, now halfway inside their own half over on that far left-hand side. So elsewhere in the National League, Bromley 3-0 up at Kings Lynn, would you believe? Wealdstone 1, Torquay 0. Sutton 1-0 up at Woking. Altrincham 1-0 up at Wrexham. Maidenhead Dover was postponed. Solihull Hartlepool still 0-0. So too is Chesterfield Aldershot, which I think it looks like it's going to finish 0-0 because they're heading into stoppage time in that game. That was an earlier kickoff. Here Yeovil have it again. This time it's inside their own half, 15 yards inside their own territory. Dickinson just chips it down Yeovil's left. Off Partington. Dagnall throws it up to Lee, off the chest there of Duffus with his back to goal, 10 yards away from the penalty area, but Eastleigh get it away. But Yeovil dominating possession here as well in the second half, and they have it halfway inside Eastleigh's half, over on the far right. Eastleigh just got to weather the storm here. We've already played 5 minutes in the second half. Staunton goes square to Dickinson. Back to Staunton, and Staunton goes to the right of the centre circle. And Yeovil goes 15 yards up the field. A ship forward up towards Duffus, who tried to get a shot away with his back to goal. Goes backwards there. And this time Knowles tried to feed it forward from the edge of the penalty area. But it's into the arms, or to the feet first of all, of McDonnell, who eventually picks that ball up for Eastleigh. The goalie was at Notts County last season, started at Basingstoke. Knew Jason Bristow very well before his move to Eastleigh. And has kept 2.5 clean sheets, if that counts, before today, if you include Hartlepool, which was abandoned at half-time. I suppose you could add on that extra half an hour against MK Dons, which would nearly make up 3 games. But it's a throw for Yeovil down the right on the halfway line. Still 2-0 to Eastleigh. 6 minutes gone in the second half. It's just quietened down a little bit, which will suit Eastleigh, but still Yeovil have got possession, and they've probably had about 70% of the possession so far in the second half. It is back inside Yeovil's half. Here's Dickinson, 10 yards from this near left-hand touchline. Staunton feeds it forward. Skendi goes deep. And the Albanian, 6'4" midfielder, doesn't look as tall from up here as 6'4", but out of play. Yeovil give it away. It's a wasted pass. Looks like it was Staunton. And it's a throw for Eastleigh down the left inside their own half. Frankie Barrett says a score stand elsewhere are currently 6th. That is the situation. And, as we were saying earlier on, a lot of the sides at the top playing each other. But, of course, 38 minutes of normal time plus stoppage. And there was a wake-up call, that was, early on in the second half for that chance for Yeovil. If they'd scored that, well, it's nervy as it is, but it would be even more so. Winter heads away for Eastleigh. Left-hand corner of the penalty area. That's a bit better from Eastleigh, looking a bit more calm last couple of minutes. Here's Miley up to the halfway line, left to the centre circle. Goes 10 yards up the field. Out left, diagonal pass to Barnett, who goes back to support his midfield. And forward to Tomlinson, who's forward past the left-hand corner of the penalty. It's up to the corner flag, but it's the furthest Eastleigh have got so far in the second half, but he can't keep it in play. It's a throw to Yeovil, which Osher will take over on that far right-hand side. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 2. Eastleigh have picked up 6 points in 3 games away from home so far this season. 8 points at home from 4 matches. Throw down the right-hand side for Yeovil. The second throw in quick succession, which Osher will take, but they're deep inside their own half. Payne heads on for Eastleigh. Bobbles around with House halfway inside the Yeovil half with his back to goal. Great trickery from him again. And then Eastleigh go out to the left. Yeovil win it back, but it's kicked out of play. And again, it does slow down. It's been, from an Eastleigh perspective, not created anything so far in the second half. Lots of pressure from Yeovil first 4 or 5 minutes, but the last 2 or 3 minutes, not a lot to report, but that will suit Eastleigh, who have a throw halfway inside the Yeovil half down the left. Still 2-0 to the Spitfires, and now they have it in the corner. And it's Tyrone Barnett. It looked like it was 90th minute kind of stuff there, because Barnett just couldn't quite get it out of the corner. But it's a throw for Yeovil down the right, in line with their own penalty area. Yeovil had 8 goals in 10 games before today. Throw for Yeovil, who moved the ball up quickly, and Duffus is going to let that go for the throw. He was going to take it quickly, but he's going to let that go for Osho to take. It's just in front of that Eastleigh dugout. Throws it back for Yeovil, up to the halfway line. Jason Bristow stood on the edge of his technical area. Strevens a few yards to his left with arms folded. Interesting to know what's going on inside his mind at the moment. I doubt he's as calm as he looks, but Eastleigh do lead by 2-0. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 2. Partington to take the throw. And like I say, nothing to report last 4 or 5 minutes. But we're already now inside the first 10 minutes of the second half. Partington up to the halfway line. Barnett with a decent flicked header to House. House got 3 players around him at the moment. Falls over though. And then Staunton plays it back for Yeovil. Yeovil have it. They go to the right of the centre circle. Osho. Can Eastleigh win the tackle? Hollands just gets a touch to it with a sliding tackle, but it went straight to Osho, who delivers it forward to the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Here is Duffus. Can Duffus find the cross? He can't. It comes off Winter. And it's deep inside Eastleigh's half by the corner flag over on that far right-hand side. It could easily have gone out for a corner, but it's a throw instead. So Yeovil have got it up the other side of the field pretty quickly. They have it down the right. It's a deep ball into the penalty area. This time it's, once again, he's there, Lee, but it goes over his head. And out for a throw deep inside the Eastleigh half on this near right-hand side. So a throw for Eastleigh on this right. And Eastleigh are going to take this throw. And they're going to take their time to take them inside the first 10 minutes here in the second half. Both goals so far going in the first half. Smart in a bit of a predicament in that right back position, but does well to kick it off his man. Very professional last 5 minutes from Eastleigh, and out for a throw on this near right-hand side. Well, Eastleigh had 13 points from 12 games last season. So going into this game, they already had more points after 7 than after 12. And they lead 2-0 here. As it's forward towards Miley. Miley down the left wing. He's pushed, and Eastleigh have a free kick in line with the Yeovil penalty area. And it's 10 yards away from that far left-hand touchline. So free kick. As I say, Altrincham, 1 place above Eastleigh tonight, but they had played 5 games more before tonight. Funny old table. Kings Lynn have got a goal back, so Bromley are 3-1 up now away at Kings Lynn. But this could be dangerous for Eastleigh. Possibly their first chance of the second half, 12 minutes in. Payne to take the free kick. It's almost in line with the Yeovil penalty area. It's just about 3 or 4 yards further back. It's 5 yards from that far left-hand touchline. Holland's on the edge of the penalty area, and Partington. Miley 10 yards away from the penalty area. Barnett and Winter in there as well. It's just going to be slowed down a bit here because Yeovil are about to make their first substitution. So it's Joseph Quigley is going to come on. And it looks like Dagnall is the man who's going to come off here. So it is Dagnall off. And Quigley is the man who comes on. He was on loan at Havant and Waterlooville last year. And he now comes into the mix, the big tall striker. In the meantime, this free kick still hasn't been taken. So there still could be a chance here for Eastleigh. Just over 12 gone in the second half. Payne to take. In towards the back post. And it could go anywhere, but Yeovil clear. Well, it was aimed up towards Hollands, but it's just thumped away in the end from Wilkinson. Anywhere will do as far as he's concerned. It could easily have fallen into the path of Hollands, but it's just whacked away and out for a throw for Eastleigh. Nearly a chance for Eastleigh. 13 minutes gone in the second half. Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 2. So, to the right-hand side. Forward to the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Yeovil clear. Can they keep it in play? They can't. And it's a throw for Eastleigh on this near right-hand side, which Joe Partington will take. Halfway inside the Yeovil half. Forward to Smart. Away from Lee for Yeovil. Headed on up to the halfway line. Duffus to Payne. Payne volleys it forward with his right foot 30 yards up the field. Good play from House, who wins it off Staunton. It's a chance for House here. If he can round it a defender, he does. He finishes. It's 3-0 to Eastleigh. It's Ben House. Who else? We're finding the back of the net for the Spitfires inside 59 minutes. And Eastleigh surely heading for 3 points with his left foot. Top left-hand corner. It's Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 3. Ben House, well, all 3 Eastleigh goals have come from Yeovil just giving the ball away at the back, including the penalty when they gave away the penalty. And this time it's Staunton who gives the ball away. House was there. He was up against the defender, took it round Wilkinson, but he still had to take it round the goalkeeper. And that's exactly what he did. Found the top corner. And you just know Ben House in that kind of position, he's going to find the back of the net. And that's exactly what he did. What a find that is, signing him. 7th goal of the season. It's Yeovil 0, Eastleigh 3. It's Ben House with the left-footed strike into the top left-hand corner. Great play from him. As I say, there's been a theme. And as a result, Staunton's got an injury and he's gingerly walking over towards that far side. And that will just ease the nerves somewhat for Eastleigh, who go 3-0 up. Well, he took it really well, Ben House, with his left foot. Like I say, 3 or 4 times he's won the ball when he had no rights to. And he created that on his own. He won the ball about 35 yards from goal there, from Staunton. And he ran 15, 20 yards up the field. All of a sudden, he just had to get round the Yeovil defence. Got round Wilkinson, went to the right-hand corner of the 6-yard box, and then just hit it with a left foot into the top corner. At ECD 3-0. We've still not had any football since then because of that injury to Staunton. So he comes off. Daniel Leadbitter, number 2, the fullback, actually played with Joe Partington at Bristol Rovers for a few years, is the man who comes on. Used to compete for that right-back slot as Yeovil go out to the left-hand side. So we've passed the hour mark, and Ben House down the right-hand side. There's a fair few puns, you could say, for House getting on the score sheet again. As Yeovil have it right of the centre circle as it goes out from right to left. As Osho has it, a very, very professional performance so far. 3-0 to Eastleigh. Up to Duffers. 20 yards away from the Eastleigh penalty area, right-hand corner penalty area. But still, it's important to stay focused here. Next 5 minutes particularly. Chipped in. And again, it's going to be from the edge of the penalty area. Just went behind Knowles. And now for a goal kick for Eastleigh. So out for a goal kick. Hello to Gary Tonner. 3-0 to Eastleigh, 62 minutes in. And that again was for Eastleigh's first chance, major chance of the second half, and they took it. Just like their first major chance of the first half, they took from Tyrone Barnett after 7 minutes. So 7 for the season for Ben House. Wonder how many goals he can score this season if he stays fit between now and the end of the campaign. He'll score a bucketful, I'm sure. Well, he scored one here tonight as Holland with a sliding tackle, but his tackle's a clearance from the halfway line as it goes up towards the left-hand side. Miley wins the header for Eastleigh. It's only as far as the substitute, Daniel Leadbitter. And they have it over on that far right. It's kicked out of play, and Eastleigh have another throw 10 yards inside the Yeovil half down the far left-hand side. Already we've played 18 minutes now in the second half. And Eastleigh are 3-0 up. 2 goals in the first half. 3 different goal scorers as well. They're spreading it around as well as far as goal scorers are concerned this season. Plenty of goals coming Eastleigh's way so far this campaign. Forward from Partington. A long ball forward up towards this near right. Yeovil's left. Osho just gets enough back towards Smith in the Yeovil goal. Yeovil bottom of the table before tonight. That's where they'll stay if things stay as they are. 3-0, Eastleigh lead. Now it's flicked back from Quigley. Out down the right, thumping shot. Again, really good save from McDonnell. Hit up 100 miles an hour there from Warburton. He was 25 yards from goal. He was on the right-hand corner penalty area. He hit it like a bullet, but McDonnell just gets a touch to it. It went with so much pace that he couldn't probably hold onto it, but he's tipped it behind. And now for a corner kick for Yeovil on the far side. Yeovil have got 6 in the box, 2 outside the penalty area. In with the left foot, and just about gets enough to it. Barnett, who flicks it back for another corner, this time on the near side. Corner kick to Yeovil. 4 green shirts in the box, 1 inside the 6-yard box, 1 on the near post for Eastleigh, 1 on the far. And Yeovil once again have 2 men on the edge of the box, 3 just inside, 2 inside the 6-yard box. Once more, it's Lee who delivers it in towards a dangerous area. Barnett headed away again, and the referee sees an infringement, and it is a free kick. Free kick to Eastleigh. So, 64 minutes gone, and the Spitfires still lead by 3-0. McDonald to take. These two sides actually were due to play on the 21st of March last season. It was going to be the next fixture at the Silver Lake before the season was suspended. They won't play again until the 9th of February. But in this match here on a cold December night, it's Eastleigh have that 3-0 lead. It was lots of pressure from Yeovil first 5 minutes of the second half. But since then, Eastleigh, credit to them, just really slowed the game down. And they've scored their one chance of the second half at the moment. And it's gone down to snail pace, this game in the second half. But again, that's the game plan, I think, so far for Eastleigh, just to try and slow the game down as much as they can. Tomlinson to take the free kick for Eastleigh after a push. It's 5 yards inside his own half over on that far left-hand side. Eastleigh don't need to do anything silly now. Don't have to push forward too much. Just be sensible. Try and see the game out with 25 to play. Forward to the edge of the penalty area. 3-0 Eastleigh still lead. Partington's halfway inside the Yeovil half. But he can't keep it in play. Just chips it out for a throw for Yeovil. Taken pretty quickly. And Yeovil go 20 yards up the field. Halfway inside their own half now with Osho. Thought he was going to give the ball away then, but great trickery took him away from House. Played square. Yeovil have it again with Skendy. Skendy back to Osho. Osho forward to the left of the centre circle. Warburton feeds it forward. Halfway inside Eastleigh's half. This is a chance here. As Duffer ships it into the 6-yard box. Eastleigh just got enough to it. Hollands heads away. Tomlinson got a touch. And now it's out down the right. Chipped in. Dangerous ball. Headed clear. It was a cross that time from Leadbitter. Still it's a chance. Duffer's in with a left foot. Great header on from Winter. And then Payne heads clear again. Well, it's a perfect cross in from the left-hand side. You just wonder last season, a Yeovil head would have probably got to that and made it 3-1. But Eastleigh throwing bodies on the line, got a touch to it. And Winter, terrific defending from him. Another corner for Yeovil. 2 on the edge of the box once more. Usual suspects in there for Yeovil. Into the near post, and McDonald gets a touch to it not once but twice, 3 times, and tips it behind and out for a corner. Well, he was just doing keepy-uppies there with his hands, really. Hit it once, twice, and then I think you get a bit of panic stations from him, but then got there the 3rd time and tipped it behind. Good goalkeeping in the end to put it out for a corner. Corner kick on the near side. In from Lee. Into the 6-yard box. It could go in, and it does go in. And Yeovil score. And the header into the back of the net means that there's a lifeline here for Yeovil. And maybe it's not over just yet. And Yeovil score once more. Or for the first time tonight, it's Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3, and it's Quigley with a final touch by the looks of things. It's Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3. So Yeovil score. Final touch just inside the 6-yard box. Got a faint touch to it, but it's a goal for Yeovil. And next 22 minutes now, Eastleigh have got to try and see the game out. 3-1 up now. Header with a final touch. And now it's a chance for Eastleigh left of the penalty area. Tomlinson trying to feed it back to Smart. Edge of the box. Edge of the 6-yard box. Right-footed shot. It comes off a Yeovil foot. And they have it on this near left-hand side. And it's played back in between the penalty area on near left-hand touchline. And Quigley got a touch to it off his chest. Is that a trip on Payne? Yes, it is. It's Warburton with the foul. And Yeovil getting a goal back here with 22 minutes left. So Eastleigh 3-1 up now rather than 3-0. So Yeovil getting a goal back. With 22 minutes left to play. And Yeovil, I think, about to make their 3rd substitution here. Eastleigh yet to make a substitute. And it looks like Tom Knowles is going to come off. So Knowles goes off. And number 9, Rhys Murphy, comes on. So it's a bit more of an attacking substitution here for Yeovil, with Rhys Murphy coming on. 25 goals and 38 at Chelmsford before his move to Yeovil. As Parting delivers a little long, 10 yards outside the Yeovil penalty area. Out to the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Here's House, who cuts in field, goes square. Payne with a right-footed shot. Again, that was always sailing well past the far post with not too much pace on it, and out for a goal kick. So Yeovil getting a goal back to give them some hope here at Huish Park. Kings Lynn 1, Bromley 4. Bromley extending their lead further. Torquay got an equaliser at Wealdstone as well, so that's 1-1. And Solihull Moors earlier scoring against Hartlepool. They lead themselves by 1-0. Back from Osher, back to the goalkeeper Smith. 20 minutes of normal time left plus stoppage. Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3. Halfway inside the Spitfires half. Boyce gets a touch to it, and then Miley out wide to the right to Smart. Smart back to Partington. Oh, Partington off his man, and now it's a chance for Yeovil here with Murphy, who could take advantage. Left-hand corner of the 6-yard box, but the flag's up for a handball, and in the end, easy to get away with that one. Thought Yeovil were going to score again there from the left-hand corner of the 6-yard box, but the flag went up. Eastleigh survive, and it stays 3-1 to Eastleigh, with 19 minutes of normal time left in this game. So Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3. Spitfire Radio quickly with the goal for Yeovil. Just tapped it in there from just inside the 6-yard box. And it's forward here from McDonnell for Eastleigh, up to the right. So Yeovil have made all of their substitutions now, as Dickinson gets it back to the goalkeeper. Smith under a bit of pressure there from Smart, but he delivers it past the halfway line. And as far as Boyce, who just volleys it away for Eastleigh. Out to Yeovil's right. 19 to play. Still Eastleigh had that 2-goal advantage. Quickly does well to turn, but gives the ball away. Appeals for handball. It's given. And Yeovil have a free kick 10 yards inside the Eastleigh half, 5 yards away from that far right-hand touchline. And Yeovil are going to bring the big men forward. And it's been Yeovil putting all the pressure on since getting that goal. They had a chance a minute ago, but it was the flag had already gone up as Murphy had it from the left-hand corner of the 6-yard box. Yeovil have 5 players on the edge of the penalty area. It's chipped forward. Eastleigh headed away, out towards the left of the penalty area. Here is Duffus for Yeovil. 10 yards away from the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Goes in field here. Warburton, out to the right for Yeovil. It's back to Warburton. Chipped in, edge of the 6-yard box. Partington gets a touch to it. Still Yeovil trying to get the left-footed shot away. And it came off the foot of Boyce on the edge of the 6-yard box and out for a throw for Yeovil on this near left-hand side. Back to the halfway line. Osho goes in field to the centre circle. 18 minutes left to play. To the right it goes. Up to the right-hand corner penalty area again to Quigley. Couple of side steps for Yeovil. And then off the knee in the end of Winter. And it's a corner. They scored from a corner. Yeovil, they've got another corner here. It's over on the far side. At least you need to see to this here. The goal came for Yeovil 5 minutes ago. They'll look to get another one here. 2 arms in the air. Lee in towards the far post. And McDonnell just missed it. But again, he might have got a faint touch to it inside the 6-yard box. And it goes out for a corner kick on this near side. To Mark Pearce. Message 26 minutes ago said so far so good. That was at 2-0. It is currently 3-1 now. Thanks for getting in touch earlier on this evening. And now it's a corner kick on the near side again from Lee. This time Barnett gets a touch to it. Heads it out to Yeovil's right. Murphy plays it back. Right-hand corner penalty area for Yeovil. They've got 6 players in the box, including Dickinson. Played back this time. Leadbitter tries to take House on. Down that right flank. In line with the box again. Deep ball in. It goes over everybody, apart from Warburton, who's left-hand corner of the 6-yard box. Good defending from Payne. It's chipped in. Headed away that time. Good play from Winter. Still is a chance for Yeovil down the right, halfway inside the Eastleigh half. 16 minutes of normal time. Came off House, who wanted a throw his way. The linesman signals the other. Nervy times for Eastleigh. The ball remains on the right-hand corner of the Eastleigh penalty area. And Yeovil take the throw. It's been Yeovil who've been dominant since that goal. And they have it once more. 2 Eastleigh players around him. Back halfway inside the Eastleigh half. A deep ball. It's a poor ball from that far right. And it's a misplaced cross and it goes out for a goal kick for Eastleigh. So Wilkinson with a cross. Not what Yeovil wanted at all there. It goes deep, far too deep. And 2 substitutions are about to be made here for Eastleigh. Hill is about to come on. I think Sam Smart is coming off. So Smart again is putting a good shift here. He's just walking over towards that far side. So that's 1 substitution. Have to see who else is going to come on as well. And it looks like Tyrone Barnett's going to come off as well, which is a sensible thing. Rest his legs now, 35 years of age. Getting that goal which gave Eastleigh the lead early on here. And Dan Smith is the man who's going to come on for him. With 15 minutes left to play now, Eastleigh continue to lead by 3-1. That goal for Yeovil came 7 minutes ago. A big 5 minutes to come here at Huish Park as a goal kick for Eastleigh. Still just that 1 chance for Eastleigh in the second half, and it was taken from Ben House. Kick past the halfway line. House plays it back to the centre circle. And then Hill, already a good impact, plays on this near right to Partington. Partington with a left foot, out to Hill. Hill just keeps it in play. Back to Partington. Partington chipped it to the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Here is Eastleigh with Miley. Miley back for the Spitfires. Hill tried to take it around a couple of players, but Osho wins it back. Warburton tries to get Yeovil away. Just about game management now for Eastleigh. Gives it straight to Boyce, halfway inside the Eastleigh half on this near right. Headed on from Yeovil, who have it, but they give it away again. And House is the man who wins it back. Edge of the penalty area, left-footed shot. And he couldn't repeat what he did 20 minutes ago. This time it goes past the post and out for a goal kick. But it's given away on the edge of the penalty area, this time from Skendi. Left-footed shot from House. This time a lot further out than when he scored. And it goes wide and out for a goal kick. Well, Yeovil had the worst home record so far with 1 point from 5 games due to Wealdstone, their first home match of the season. Since lost to Wrexham, Sutton, Chesterfield and Hartlepool. But still time to go here. But Eastleigh weathered a storm for the time being. And 8 minutes since that Yeovil goal, and Eastleigh have a free kick 20 yards inside the Yeovil half down the far left-hand side. 13 minutes of normal time to play. It's deep into the penalty area, but it's picked up from Smith quite easily. He just rushed it a bit too much there, though, and it came off the head of Tomlinson, who headed up to the halfway line. And here's Partington for Eastleigh. Partington chipped it to the left-hand corner of the centre circle. Back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson delivers it down the line. The flag's up on the near side. And Yeovil have a free kick on the far side down the right. So 13 minutes of normal time to play, just under. Probably 4 minutes of injury time, if things stay as they are as well, to come. So Eastleigh have about 17 minutes here to hold on. Headed on this time from Quigley, probably all together, that is. But safely into the arms of McDonnell, who comes out of his 6-yard box and dives down on that ball. And this stays Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3. McDonnell will take his time. He's made 2 or 3 brilliant saves so far for Eastleigh, but conceded his first goal for just over 300 minutes with that Yeovil goal. Now Yeovil have it halfway inside their own half. It's Skendi. They've certainly got some big, tall, physical players, Yeovil, and they have it here with Murphy. Is Murphy pushed? Bit of a cynical foul there from Cav Miley is going to go into the book. And Yeovil have a free kick here. This could be dangerous. It's bank centre of the goal, and it is about 35 yards from the Eastleigh goal. Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3. 11 and a half to play, plus stoppage. Free kick to Yeovil. Eastleigh about to form a 2-man wall. And Eastleigh again have that line of 6 players on the edge of their own penalty area. McDonald organising his defence. Yeovil have 11 minutes to try and get 2 goals plus stoppage. Eastleigh Needs to stay focused, certainly for the next 5. Yeovil with a free kick. Eastleigh formed just that one-man wall on the edge of the D. Still hasn't been taken yet. Taking the time before the referee blows his whistle. Eventually it is. Into the right of the 6-yard box. And it's headed straight into McDonnell, who dives down on that ball and waits a bit of time. Picks that ball up for Eastleigh. And it stays. Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3. 14 points from 7 games for Eastleigh going into tonight's match. Yeovil, who actually were in the championship, as I was saying earlier, they finished bottom in 2014 with 37 points. But here is Dan Smith for Eastleigh, 10 yards away from the Yeovil penalty area. So not long at all there with Gary Johnson. Now Eastleigh have it left of the penalty area. Conhollins finds his man. He's got Hill waiting for it. Just slows things down sensibly. Played back to House. House in line with the penalty area. We've got 10 minutes left of normal time. Man falls over for Eastleigh on the edge of the penalty area, Hill, but no free kick given. As Yeovil come up to the halfway line. There's a foul that time. Perseverance, but I think he was trying to make that foul just to try and stop Yeovil getting on the breakaway. And Yeovil have a free kick now on halfway. Less than 10 minutes to play. Still 3-1 to Eastleigh. Taken too quickly, says the referee. So 9.5 minutes now of normal time left here in this match. So 4-1 to Bromley at Kings Lynn. Free kick for Yeovil. And it's 15 yards inside their own half. And it's going to be a long ball forward, this time with the right foot from Smith, the goalkeeper. Boyce heads away for Eastleigh. Picked up from Miley down the right in the right back position. Yeah, not much to tell you about from an attacking point of view for Eastleigh. But they've not really intended to do, I don't think. Just trying to see this game out now. 3-1, they still lead. Clock ticking down a little to our right. 81 minutes now, just over. McDonnell to take the free kick. Again, we'll take his time to take it. Dan Smith, I think, is telling him to try and play it to the right. And Smith runs over to the right to try and find that little pocket there on this flank. Forward for McDonnell, up towards Smith. 10 yards away from the Yeovil penalty area. With a bat to goal, here's Hill. Good play. Appeals for handball, wins the handball, wins the free kick. And Eastleigh have a free kick 10 yards away from the Yeovil penalty area. And again, will they launch this into the box, I wonder? Or will they just play it short? So free kick for the Spitfires, 10 yards away from the Yeovil penalty area. Hill makes the run. Again, possibly to make it run just to try and keep possession, maybe. We'll wait and see. There's not too many Eastleigh players forward, to be fair. So I think I've got a fair idea what Eastleigh are going to do here. Partington, Winter and Tomlinson back. There's only 2-3 Eastleigh players in the box, but Payne does chip the ball in. And they did try and go on the attack there, but Yeovil headed away to Osho. And then Warburton in a left-back position. Kicks it straight off an Eastleigh man and wins a throw for Yeovil on this near left-hand side, deep inside the Yeovil half. So again, it just slows down. Well, that was signalled at first, but in fact, the free kick has been given to Eastleigh instead. So they have a free kick 5 yards from the corner flag on this near right. It's been a professional last 5-10 minutes for Eastleigh. Since that Yeovil goal, Payne chipped it to the edge of the 6-yard box. Hill to the left of the 6-yard box, but again, it's easily into the arms of Smith in the Yeovil goal. 7 to play. Oh, what a poor throw from Smith, who tried to get it forward quickly, but it's straight into the hands of Miley. 25 yards from goal. He goes out to the left. And then Eastleigh are just content just to try and keep possession for the moment. It goes in field. And the right-footed shot, that time from the edge of the penalty area from Dan Smith, worth a go. He had Hill to his right, but tried to find the bottom corner. And Smith dives down to his right to save. Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3, it stays. 6.5 to play of normal time. Osho tried to feed it down the right, switch flanks. This time, well, Tomlinson tried to volley it clear, but just collided with his man and gives away a free kick. So Yeovil have a free kick. And it's 10 yards away from the far right-hand touchline. And it's 10 yards away from the penalty area. 6 minutes of normal time left. That's all there is to go, plus probably 4 minutes of stoppage, so probably 10 minutes altogether. But Yeovil have a free kick. Yeovil have got a line of 5-6 players inside the Eastleigh penalty area, waiting for this, including Rhys Murphy. In towards the back post, and Boyce wins the header, and it goes out to a right-back position, and Partington just sees it out, just gets a touch, and out for another throw to Yeovil. Deep inside the Eastleigh half, it's taken quickly, it's back to Osho, who all of a sudden's in line with the Eastleigh penalty area. Comes off the back of Miley, headed away from Boyce, and still it bobbles around, left-hand corner of the 6-yard box, and a tackle again from Miley. It's another corner, and Yeovil are quite dangerous with these corners. They put in some decent crosses. 5 minutes to play, plus stoppage now, and it's another corner. And a good spell of pressure all of a sudden now for Yeovil, last couple of minutes. Again, Yeovil have 4 players now inside that 6-yard box waiting for it. It was a scrappy goal for their goal earlier, and it was inside the 6-yard box from a corner. They've got another one now. The referee sees something he doesn't like inside the box, so he just slows things down a little before this corner's about to be whipped in here. And it's Lee to take again. 2 Yeovil players back. Every other man are forward, though, for Yeovil. The Glovers swing it in into the 6-yard box. It's a really good header away from Ben House. Good defending from him. It goes to the right wing. Yeovil still have it. Can Tomlinson win the tackle? He can't quite. Yeovil still have it right in the 6-yard box. And again, it's good defending. I think that came off Hill in the end. No, it wasn't Hill, in fact. It was Tomlinson who gets it away. Hill was up on the halfway line but slips. Still Smith delivers it long for Yeovil. It's headed away, only as far as Lee for Yeovil. It's a great save from McDonnell, who dives to his left. So I thought that was heading for the top corner. It's a brilliant save from McDonnell. And he dived to his left and stopped Yeovil from scoring there. And I thought we were going to be in for a grandstand finish. And luckily for Eastleigh, McDonnell stopped that from happening. And the flag was up anyway on the far side. 4 minutes of normal time left. And it stays Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3. Just what Eastleigh wanted at that stage of the game. During that good spell of pressure. For the away side, thanks Alan Morgan for your comments, much appreciated. Let's see if Eastleigh can get this job over the line with 3.5 minutes of normal time left. McDonnell past the halfway line. Yeovil still have it off the chest with a bat to goal. It goes halfway inside the Eastleigh half. Rhys Murphy falls over. Only as far as Winter for Eastleigh. Now Winter will just deliver that in between the 2 dugouts opposite for another throw for Yeovil on halfway down the right. Just 3 minutes of normal time left. Yeovil had possession on the halfway line and plenty of space. Dickinson just puts that forward. Payne gets a touch for Eastleigh. Can Hollands get there? He can't, but Tomlinson up to the halfway line. Anywhere will do for Eastleigh. It's almost corner flag time if they can get there. It's just about trying to get the ball inside Yeovil's half. Yeovil have it inside their own half. The goalkeeper Smith comes forward, kicks it long. It's flicked on that time. And he's going to let it go, Partington, after a flick on from the edge of the penalty area. And it's out for a goal kick. Skendi with a flick. So, 2.5 minutes of normal time left. Plus injury time here in this match. Eastleigh still 3-1 up. Yeovil's goal now was 20 minutes ago. Goal kick which McDonnell will take. It'd be interesting to see if there was a crowd here as well at Huish Park. Once Yeovil got that goal, imagine that place would have been buzzing trying to get that second goal. It's a very different kind of feel, obviously. But Eastleigh have been very professional so far tonight. They've just got to see it out now. Here comes Partington. Goes halfway inside the Yeovil half. Yeovil win it back. Hello to Brian Thompson in Fareham. Says it would be great if they can hold on to this. Thank you, Brian, for getting in touch. 90 seconds just over of normal time here to come. Our first ever live broadcast on Spitfire Radio. So far, Eastleigh are 3-1 up. It's a free kick to Yeovil. 20 yards inside their own half on this near side. Smith encouraging all of his players to get forward. There was a bit of a melee going on. In the meantime, Winter's got a yellow card by the looks of it for his troubles. Still a free kick which hasn't yet been taken. Referee blows his whistle. heading into the final minute of normal time. Forward from the goalkeeper. That should be Winter's head. It is. But Yeovil head it back to the edge of the penalty area. Hollands heads on, and he's pushed, and Eastleigh win a free kick on the edge of their own penalty area. We're into the final minute of normal time. So free kick for Eastleigh on the edge of the penalty area. So a free kick for the Spitfires. As Ryan says, McDonald's been a revelation for Eastleigh since joining from Notts County in the summer. Kept a couple of clean sheets now for the time being. Thanks a lot as well, Gary. Goal kick for Eastleigh inside the penalty area. 30 seconds left. Let's see how many minutes of stoppage time is going to be indicated. It comes off the chest of Dan Smith over on the far side. It's a throw for Yeovil over on that far right-hand touchline on halfway. The ball's about to go up. I think I can see the number 4. Difficult to see. I'm not sure what's wrong with that board opposite. Maybe it's reflecting with these modern floodlight pylons each corner of the ground. In the meantime, here's Dickinson for Yeovil. Left-hand corner of the penalty area. Plays back to Warburton. 4 minutes of added time indicated from the 4th official. We're into it now. Given away from Yeovil as they try and go out to the right. Smith with a sliding clearance. Yeovil have it on halfway. Still 3-1 to Eastleigh. Forward to the edge of the penalty area. Boyce tries to get a touch to it. Here's Murphy on the edge of the 6-yard box, but Boyce is fouled, and Eastleigh win a free kick. So, just over 200 seconds to be exact left in this game. Eastleigh continuing to lead by 3-1. That's good play to Boyce. From Boyce there to just get himself in front of the ball. Won the foul. He was pushed there. Free kick for Eastleigh. Solihull 2, Hartlepool 0. Final substitution about to be made here for Eastleigh. I think Tom Bearwish might be about to come on. No, it's Tom Blair, in fact, who's coming on. And Ben House comes off. So a second appearance for Tom Blair, who made his debut 2 weeks ago at home to Wealdstone, coming on slightly earlier than it was tonight, but he's got 3 minutes to help his teammates see this game out here. 1 minute 20 of stoppage time. We're in 2 of the 4, but we're going to have another 30 seconds added on, I'm sure. Forward from McDonald to the right to Smith. Smith flicked on. Forward up to the halfway line from Osho. Eastleigh head it up towards Blair, but Yeovil win it back 15 yards inside their own half. They try and go left. Good play from Partington, who wins the tackle, comes off his head, comes up to the halfway line. Smith, is he fouled? Right in front of the referee. Yes, he is. It's a push from the Yeovil man there, and it's a free kick. Courtney Duffus is the man who pushes him, and we've played 2 minutes of the 4 minutes of stoppage time here, and Eastleigh continuing to control this game here. Very close Eastleigh are now. So both sides have made all their substitutions. Partington to the right. Hill tries to win it. It's back there. Is it going to go out for a corner for Eastleigh? No, it's not. It was a bit of a misplaced back pass from Warburton. And then Smith picks up the pieces. The goalkeeper for Yeovil. To Osho. 2.5 minutes of the 4 played so far. Still 3-1 to Eastleigh, but we'll add an extra 30 seconds to that because of the substitution. Yeovil on the halfway line. Yeovil have got 2 minutes to get 2 goals. Here's Murphy, edge of the penalty area. Boyce clears for Eastleigh. And it goes up to the halfway line. Out for another throw for Yeovil on this near left-hand side. 3 minutes of stoppage time has been played. We're into the final minute and a half. Forward for Yeovil. Flicked on to the right. Now Blair's just got to get it away. Into the night sky it goes. And now for another throw for Yeovil down the right. It's right by the corner flag. It's going to be a long one. Into the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed on towards Murphy. Eastleigh headed away. And it comes off the back that time of Miley. Still Yeovil have it. Left-hand corner of the 6-yard box. But Duffus again just got away from him as he just tried to do too much. Out for a goal kick. And surely that is going to be it for Eastleigh, with a little bit of a blow for Eastleigh that Torquay have scored a late goal at Wealdstone to lead by 2-1. Thanks to Martin Jeffrey for that one. So that's a disappointment for Eastleigh, because had they not have done, Eastleigh would go top of the league if they won their 2 games in hand. And obviously there's lots of different things there, I've just said. Lots of things have got to happen. But it hasn't. Torquay have scored, but Eastleigh have just got to get the job done here tonight. It's still very early doors to be talking about things like that anyway. As Yeovil have it halfway inside their own half with the goalkeeper Smith. Last 20 seconds, you would think now. Eastleigh about to get the job done here. On from Duffus, only as far as Partington right to the penalty area. Here is Hill. Hill in field to Miley. Miley back to Hill in the right back position. Try to feed it forward. The flag's up on the near side. But I think when this ball goes in the air, the referee will blow his whistle. In fact, he plays advantage here. Foul that time from Blair. Osho ran up to the centre circle. And I think, well, just a little bit of a late bit of fisticuffs there inside the centre circle involving 2 or 3 players. Just frustration on Yeovil's part. We've played 5 minutes now of added time of the 4. Had 1 substitution, but this is going to be one last chance for Yeovil. Either way, Eastleigh have got it in the bag now. Chip forward for Yeovil, headed away from Winter. Hollands heads on, and there's the whistle. 3 points for Eastleigh, who have now matched their best ever start to a National League season. They're averaging more than 2 points a game. That's now 17 points from 8 matches for Eastleigh. They've got more points after 8 games than they had after 13 last season. And Eastleigh go marching on with 2 home games to come, 1 on Saturday, 1 on Tuesday, and then Halifax away in 11 days' time. A big win that for Eastleigh. Yeovil stay bottom of the table. And in the end, despite Yeovil scoring, it looks like it could have been a bit hairy when Yeovil scored after 68 minutes. On the whole, Eastleigh had it pretty much under control. And the live table suggests that Eastleigh move up to 6th. Play date 17 points, 6 points off the leaders Torquay with 2 games in hand. That's how things look. I think if Torquay score, it might be 8 actually. But either way, Eastleigh are up to 6th. They've got 4 games in hand over Wealdstone in 5th, 5 games in hand over Altrincham in 4th, and they've got 3 games in hand over Sutton in 2nd and Bromley in 3rd. Things looking really good for Eastleigh, and thank you very much for listening to our first ever Spitfire radio service tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for all your comments as well and for tuning in. And it's nice to cap it off. First ever away commentary on Spitfire Radio with 3 points for Eastleigh. Thanks for listening. Speak to you again soon. Full time, Yeovil 1, Eastleigh 3.